We've got a boatload of news, literally a boatload of news for you on today's Bucs Breakdown presented by PrizePicks. Make sure to use code HMA. You get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Now, it's literally a boatload of news. And this is the boatload of news that we've got here for you on today's show. Bucs best kept secret. Say that 5 times fast. Who is it? We're going to talk about that. And then the newest NFL power rankings. Where are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ranked heading into the 2026 offseason? And then we got some ESPN rookie stat projections. Obviously, you can see who that is right there. We're going to take a look at those and see where those are as well. But let me ask you a question real quick. You, sitting on the couch right there. Do you love free things, Bucs content, and fun YouTube videos? If you said yes to any of those 3 questions, subscribe today. YouTube.com/Bucs now. I'm only just a small creator trying to make some fun Bucs content for you guys. So if you like watching some fun YouTube videos about the Bucs for $0, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the family. Almost at 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. We are at 52 pretty not too long ago, back in like November. So absolutely, or January actually. So absolutely crazy. Thank you so much for everyone watching today's show. And without further ado, let's get into today's show and talk about the first cargo of a boatload of news. It is the Bucs' best kept secret from Bleacher Report is second-year cornerback Jacob Parrish. And I actually love this. When I saw the article came out from Bleacher Report, I was like, actually, yeah. Like, he is the best kept secret because he secretly had a great year last year. Well, let's see what Bleacher Report had to say on Jacob Parrish. He said, when watching Jacob Parrish closely throughout the draft process, it becomes easy to see how fluid he is in his coverage. His movement skills and explosive traits immediately translated to the NFL. And honestly, they are very, very correct. His stats last year, he secretly had a great year. I mean, they threw him in different spots throughout the defense, but he mainly played that nickel position. He had 68 tackles, 7 TFLs, 7 PBUs, and 2 interceptions. Like, he did great last year, and I think he is a secret weapon because him and Benjamin Morrison, he is definitely the better corner out of the both of them. And I have him slotted in at nickel right now, but he can kind of play anywhere, and I think that's why Bleacher Report thinks he's the best kept secret, is because Benjamin Morrison, he's dealing with some injuries for sure. I mean, when you look, Keionte Scott, that rookie, he's definitely going to be a possible starter in terms of the nickel position. But Zyon McCollum is your CB1. Benjamin Morrison can play that CB2. I don't want to put him in the nickel, but talking about a best kept secret, Jacob Parrish, I think, could definitely be that CB2, and you slot in Keionte Scott and then move around Benjamin Morrison. I think Bleacher Report kind of hit the nail on the head there. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I want to give a huge shout out to today's presenting sponsor. We would not have been able to do today's free YouTube video without our friends over at SeatGeek. Today's show is made possible by them. So if you're trying to go get any tickets to any Bucs games or to any concerts, baseball games as well, we got Rays games on there. Use code CHAT10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets. The MLB is in full swing. Like I was saying, Tampa Bay Rays. The NBA and NHL playoffs are going crazy right now. So if you're trying to get any tickets and you want to go to a Bucs game this year as well, make sure to use SeatGeek, because I'm not going to be able to go to any Bucs games this year because I'm going to be giving you guys the best content possible. But if you guys are trying to go to any Bucs games this year, Browns at Bucs, home opener, you can see where you sit. That's the best part about SeatGeek, is you can, when you get your ticket, you can literally see what your view is going to be. And they've got your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means a bad deal. And of course, I got a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any set of tickets with promo code CHAT10. Just click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you very much to SeatGeek. All right, let's get back to today's show. Bleacher Report saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers benefited by selecting Parrish in last year's 3rd round. In turn, the then 21-year-old prospect immediately earned a starting role as the team's nickel corner. Interestingly, the Bucs drafted Miami's Keionte Scott in this year's 4th round. Scott was viewed as the 2026 class's top playmaker, working primarily from the slot. The move indicates organizational belief in Parrish to play more outside corner, particularly if another injury to Zyon McCollum or Benjamin Morrison occurs. And, I mean, Bleacher Report, I like some of their stuff. They are very, very spot on with what they're talking about in terms of a secret weapon or best kept secret, I guess, because I have Jacob Parrish in the nickel right now. I think I'm going to move Keionte Scott into that starting role, only because I think Jacob Parrish is going to be that CB2. So talking about best kept secret, he's only 22 years old. He had a fantastic year last year, and he's got a lot of versatility in terms of where you can put him on the field. So he is the best kept secret for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if he can improve from last year and take more of a step to be better in terms of that outside corner, if you do want to move him out there, I think we're going to have a way better secondary than we had last year, and way better than we could imagine, because we add a guy like Keionte Scott who can slide right in to that nickel role. You move Parrish outside, and then you have Benjamin Morrison if any injuries occur in terms of Zyon McCollum or Jacob Parrish or Keionte Scott or anyone out there. You kind of move people around. You get that extra depth moving him outside. So let me know. Do you believe Jacob Parrish can take that next step into his 2nd year? Sort of like, I feel like a lot of the times rookies, they have a good year, and then you need to take that next step and become an even greater corner or just greater NFL player. It's always that second leap that people don't talk about, because, I mean, a guy like Emeka Buka, same thing. He's got to take that 2nd-year leap. So let me know, do you believe Jacob Parrish can take that leap? Yes or no down in the comments section. Moving on to our second cargo of boatload of news, the newest NFL power rankings. I'm sure you guys in the beginning of today's show, you're like, oh, where are we ranked? So the Ringer came out with their top power rankings for the 2026 season. I'm hoping as of right now, and then once we get closer to the season, we can maybe look at it differently. But you got 1 Rams, 2 Seahawks, 3 Broncos, 4 Bills, 5 Texans, 6 Philadelphia Eagles, 7 Lions, 8 New England Patriots. And yes, this page does not have Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ravens, Packers, Cowboys, Bears. 13 is the 49ers, 14 Jags, 15 Chiefs, 16 Los Angeles Chargers, and finally we get to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are slotted in right after the Panthers and right before the Falcons. By the way, Falcons are going to be way worse than 21. I don't care what we're talking about. And the Panthers, I feel like we're better than the Panthers right now. They squeaked into the playoffs because we fell apart at the end of the season. And to round out the rankings also, the scrubs of the NFL, Giants, Saints, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, Dolphins, Browns, and the New York Jets. So looking at the entire ranking, I don't really know how to feel about 20, because we're slotted in right after the Carolina Panthers. And producer Xavier, if you could go back to looking at where we are slotted in terms of the rankings, I feel like, because I forget who is at number 18. 18 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so I guess coming back with the Aaron Rodgers and the Bengals, I mean, I don't know how I feel. Let me know how you feel about being slotted in at at rank 20, because we did fall apart last year. We had a great start to last year, but I think a lot of times when you get a new OC, I think people at the Ringer are like, they don't really know where to put the Bucs, because the offense is going to look very different than last year with Zach Robinson. So I think that could determine the ranking a little bit in terms of, we don't really know where to put the Bucs because they didn't have a great end to last season, and recency bias of like, yeah, they fell apart. And then also a brand new OC. I think they kind of just put us like right in the middle. But I mean, to be honest, guys, this is a make or break year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially Todd Bowles. If the Bucs have a losing record, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 8-9. Like, if you have a losing record, I think Todd Bowles is out as head coach. I think this is his last year. If he does not prove that he can get to the playoffs in a not dominating fashion, but not squeaking in like he did the past couple years. So we need hey, we dominate, not dominate. I hate the word dominate, but like we take care of the NFC South. I think he stays. But if we have a losing record or you barely get into the playoffs and then lose in the wild card or lose in the first round, I think he's out. You let me know down in the comment section, though. The games I'm most excited for, just talking about the schedule in general and just talking about next year, I just kind of wanted to give you guys my favorite games that I'm looking forward to in 2026. Starting off with Week 4 against the Packers. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. The first 3 games that we had, I hope we're 3-0 at this point, so I hope we're rolling a little bit. We have some momentum. The offense is rolling. The defense has some chemistry as well. And you go up against a good Packers team and a good defense with a guy like Micah Parsons. I think we could beat them, but it's going to be a fun matchup to watch because if you kind of have 3 layups with the Bengals, the Browns, and the Vikings. So if you beat them and you're 3-0, Packers is going to be fun. And then the Falcons. I'm very interested. I don't think the Falcons are going to be very good this year. I think the offense is going to take a very, very big decline in terms of they don't know who their quarterback is right now. They signed Tua in free agency to a 1-year deal. They have Michael Penix Jr. coming off an injury. I don't think they know who they have at the helm. They have 2 brand new GM and head coach. I think this is going to be a very weird year for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think finally we're going to take down the Falcons because they always have our number. But Week 9 against the Bears, I'm just excited to see if they can match up with a very good Chicago Bears team. I think this is going to be a loss, but I'm very excited to watch it all go down and see if they can compete with a very good team in the NFL. Same thing with Week 14 against the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is going to be good this year. I will stand by that. He's good every year, but I think this year is going to be a little bit different. He's got a new head coach. I didn't think he was vibing with John Harbaugh, so I think he's happy that he's out. Get a brand new offense in here. I think the Ravens are going to be a tough matchup, and that's going to be fun to watch. And then same thing with the Saints. I think the Saints they're a good team. I think it's going to be Saints and Bucs at the end of the divisional round. So if you think the Bucs are going to be better this year, make sure to hit the like button. That tells me that you are very, very happy and excited for the 2026 season, and you think the Bucs are going to be a lot better than last year because the bar is not very high. But I think our team is a lot better than last year. So if I see a bunch of likes on this video, that means you're agreeing with me and you're going to have some fun next year with the Bucs. All right, before we continue on with today's show, I want to give a huge shout out to another sponsor that makes this show completely free for you guys, and that is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show, America's #1 sports picks app, as well as mine since 2022. The playoffs are going crazy for basketball right now, but it is ending soon, so make sure you get in and get your lineups in. The baseball season is in full swing. There's no better place to win some cash than with PrizePicks. The app is super simple to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. If you guys are talking about Rueben Bain Jr., he's got 5.7.5 sacks. So we're talking about Rueben Bain Jr. next in our boatload of news. Talking about his sack projections. We're going to see what ESPN has, but PrizePicks has it at 5.7.5 or 5.75. So if you want to go more on that, you can on PrizePicks. Put them in a season-long lineup like I have. I showed you on my last video. So if you guys want to do that, you can do it on PrizePicks. And if you're a new user, I got an offer for you. Download PrizePicks today with the link in the comments and description and use code HMA. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, that's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it is good to be right. Moving on to what I was talking about during that. ESPN rookie stat projections. How many sacks does ESPN have Rueben Bain Jr. having in 2026 compared to all the other rookies? He's at 5.6 sacks. So PrizePicks, nail on the head almost. He's got 5.75. They're at 5.6. David Bailey is at 7.6. Malachi Lawrence for the Cowboys at 5.7. And then Akheem Mesidor, his former teammate, Rueben Bain's former teammate, 4.9. And then Keldric Faulk for the Tennessee Titans at 4.4. Now let's take a look at what ESPN had to say about their projections for the rookies heading into the 2026 season. Rookies are averaging 106 sacks per season over the past decade, but the past two seasons, 84.5 in 2024 and 100 in 2025, have been far below average. James Pierce Jr. led the way with 10.5 sacks last season, but no other rookie had more than 5.5, and only two others reached 5, Jalen Walker and Nick Scorington. Micah Parsons, 13 sacks in 2021, was the most by a rookie over the past decade, and only 5 other freshmen, including Pierce, reached double digits. Four of the 5 were first rounders. Max Crosby was a fourth rounder in 2019. That's especially relevant considering that 5 edge rushers were drafted in the first round this year, listed above. That's what we were talking about, and is the reason why none of them is projected to clear 7.6 sacks. In fact, each sack projection above would rank in the top 25 among first-round picks over the past 5 years. All 5 edge rushers will likely be busy, but let's keep statistical expectations in check. So let's take a look at who Rueben Bain is going to be playing with, because I think that is a major factor. I think guys like, 2 years ago when you draft Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, those are 2 guys that Jared Verse had a great rookie year, but when you play with guys who you know are going to be very good and your defense is going to be revolving around Rueben Bain and Yaya Diaby trying to get to the quarterback, I think that changes things a little bit. And if we take a look at the pictures from rookie minicamp, this guy's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys have watched any videos of Rueben Bain during rookie minicamp. I encourage you to just look up Rueben Bain rookie minicamp. Watch the video of him using his arms, his short T-Rex arms. Excuse my language, I don't give a shit. He is so strong, and he's going to wreak havoc on tackles all year long. Like, he is so good, and I don't care what anyone, he is so powerful already as a rookie. I know he's a rookie. I'm sorry for anyone watching that's like, I don't think he's going to get that many sacks. He's going to get more than 6. I feel like that's just inevitable. I don't know. I know he's a rookie, but he's definitely going to get more than David Bailey. I don't know. I think David Bailey congrats on him going earlier, but Rueben Bain was the steal of the NFL draft, and he's going to prove everyone wrong why it doesn't matter to have short arms. I don't think the offensive tackles are going to know how long his arms are when he's pushing them down onto their ass. So if you agree with me, make sure to get your Tampa Bay shirts. We got them on sale right now, chatsports.com/Bane. If you agree with me that Rueben Bain is going to get at least more than 6 sacks and more than David Bailey, because I have a bet with our Jets host, Mike. He's David Bailey. I have a bet with him that Rueben Bain is going to get more sacks than David Bailey in 2026. If you agree with me, make sure to get your David Bailey. All right, don't get your David Bailey shirts. No! Chatsports.com/Bane. I'm sorry, it's Friday. I'm tired. I need a drink of water. 1 sec. All right, I'm back. Make sure to get your shirts right now, chatsports.com/Bane. All right, looking at Rueben Bain's stats last year, the guy was absolutely incredible. He was, in that national championship and the Cotton Bowl as well, he was the best player on that field, and you cannot convince me otherwise. He had 54 tackles, 9.5 sacks last year. Now, I know college is different than the NFL, but talking about 9.5 sacks, I think he's going to be playing with a better defense, or not a better defense than Miami, but he's going to be playing with a great defense, great defensive line in Tampa. I think he's going to get more than 6 sacks. So if you're trying to do a PrizePicks lineup, make sure to go put Rueben Bain's sack projection in there in your season-long PrizePicks. But you tell me right now, how many sacks will Rueben Bain Jr. have in 2026? I want to know. Let me know down in the comments section. I love seeing what you guys have to say about the stuff we talk about on today's show. And I look at every single comment. So what do you think? How many sacks will Rueben Bain Jr. have in 2026? That's all I got for you on today's show. Another long video. I'm sorry to my producer, Xavier, for another long video. But I just want to give you guys the best content possible. So as well as, if you guys want to follow me on X, Reed_Barkus. I put a bunch of stuff out there. You can follow me over there if you want more content on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And just follow me if you like hanging out with me on my YouTube shows. Hang out with me on X. And if you haven't already, after all the talking I've done this whole entire video, if you haven't subscribed already and you're still watching right now, that means you like what you see and you want more of it. So youtube.com/BucsNow. Thank you so much for watching to the end of today's show. That's all I got for you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Oh, as always, fire the cannons.